Look at that. That is an old schoolhouse. Crazy the history here, the train station, the schoolhouse. Our first stop along the northern route. And I'd encourage you to take all the stops as well, because we're going to learn a lot together. This is at the Exploration Place today. Lots of history to talk about with a cool guy who's going to talk to us about this schoolhouse was actually used in 1910. That's a long time ago. Let's go learn about it. You can imagine the types of faces that sat in the seats like this here in the schoolhouse. Chad, did you go to school here? I know you're pretty old, so.
Oh, I'm not this old, Caden.
Well, tell me a little bit about where we're standing today. This building on the edge of Clay Today Memorial Park here in Prince George has quite the history.
Quite the history indeed. It was the first schoolhouse, one-room schoolhouse from kindergarten to grade 8, all in this room.
Wow.
And it operated from 1910 to 1913.
1910 to 1913. Okay, things were probably a little different back then.
A little bit different, yeah. They learned cursive then.
Cursive?
Yeah, oh yeah.
This is a foreign language.
Now, not cursing.
Okay.
Cursive.
Well, of course, it had to be probably, there's lots of curtsying.
Yes, of course.
Back then. So this is a little post-Barkerville. People are trying to picture the time on a that kind of linear way. But this, so it was moved here to where it stands today. Before it was in a different spot?
Yeah, before it was down on Fappage, and at the time it was 4th Avenue, but now we know it as Queensway.
Okay, and now you did a little cursive.
I did a little cursive for you.
Okay.
I had to practice, you know.
This was part of the vibe, though, like some of the lessons taught?
Of course, things like reading, writing, and arithmetic.
Just like my grandma says.
Exactly. Back to the basics.
Back to the basics. So this schoolhouse here at the Exploration Place, now you guys use it for educational purposes, showing off a little bit of what school used to be like.
Yeah, exactly. We use it for programming to see how things were like for kids in the past. And of course, it was a very disciplinarian past as well. Kids were to be seen and not heard.
Yeah, a little different than how things are now.
A little bit different, yes.
But the other thing I was going to talk about, as far as people that were in the building here, there's an interesting list of some alumni.
Oh yeah, notable among them is Granny Seymour's daughter, Minnie Seymour, who later married Captain Brown from the BX Sternwheeler.
Wow, okay, and this is a pretty monumental figure in Prince George history,
Oh, 100%.
One of the bigger names.
100%, yeah.
Okay.
So do you remember your cursive?
A little bit. Maybe you might have to lead me along.
Okay, so let's go.
No. Yeah, there's the R. Okay, I remember that.
Then...
Different than like calligraphy, like it's not. Huh. And they stopped teaching this in school. I don't know why. It looks nice.
Yeah, stop teaching it because of me. I'm sure I would have gotten the strap for that one.
No, I was going to say, you're not going to give me the strap. If I
No. I'm not quite the disciplinarian that
take this away from Chad.
Mrs. Campbell was.
Mrs. Campbell, was she one of the teachers?
She was the teacher, the first teacher. Well, the first official teacher. They didn't have a teacher the first. Oh, you're not doing that bad. I like your O actually better than mine.
Northern. I think you
I
messed
spelled it wrong.
Gotcha! I gotta finish it here correctly. I don't know how to do the R. That was one of the things I struggled with in school. I did learn cursive, but roots.
See, even though I learned cursive, I'm still a product of word processing. I get that little red squiggly under exactly.
You get the strap today.
I get the strap today.
So people are wondering, they come and visit Northern Roots here, Exploration Place is one of the stops. They get to meet fun Chad that we get to deal with all the time.
Yes.
Hopefully?
Yes, 100%.
We're not going to give you the strap back.
Oh, well, thank you.
Be around to greet people.
Yes.
And this schoolhouse, you guys plan to have it open a little bit during the summer?
Oh yeah, we plan to have it open a lot more during the summer. People love peeking in here, and it's just a great time to come in, sit down in the desks, see what life was like, right, and walk around. It's living history, right?
Living history. It's a special part of the Exploration Place here, and a special part of Northern Roots as well. I think I've got to get my stamp, and then we'll move on to the next Northern Roots. Thanks so much, Chad. Today, actually, before this, why don't you stand there? And well, part of the Northern Route, I've been carrying around this camera, so I feel like there we go. We got the shot. I'm gonna print it out here, and we'll have Chad's mess up in our history forever.
Oh, forever. I will never live this down. Really, I do know how to spell. It's okay.
No, Chad. I'm starting to doubt you. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Kaden.